Hey guys, Ed over here at FICM Repair. What a great question here. We've been talking about heads and retorquing heads and sequences and going back and retorquing them after they had a couple of heat cycles in them, 1,000 miles of driving later or something. And this question pops up. Hey, how do new heads compare to me reworking my heads? Recognize that metallurgy is a thing, and this is a more important conversation in the PowerStroke 6.0 platform than others because we have this incredible weakness that we all know about, and that is that we've only got bolts on the perimeter. So on the very edge, we got bolts. On the very edge, we got bolts. We got nothing in the middle. So we need the strength. Anything that we can do to promote having more strength is good for us. So when you want to go ahead and you want to rework some heads, you want to reuse existing heads, recognize two things are true. One, your heads have hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold cycles in them, and a lot of them. And so that metal is absolutely not as strong as freshly cast metal would be. That's a thing. In addition to that, it's also the case, especially if you don't have commonized heads. So if you don't have 20 millimeter alignment dowels, recognize you've only 18s because your build date was January of 2006 or, well, actually December of 2005 or earlier, then you have 18 millimeter alignment dowels. And as a result of that, what that also means is that the bed plate, the base of the head, this part down here, right, is 25% thinner than the commonized ones, which are 25% thicker. And so as a result, if you think back, the vast majority of the head gaskets failures that you see are from the early build trucks. This is the reason why if someone says, hey, look, I'm looking for a deal on a 6.0, what do you recommend? I recommend that you pick one up that that is a January of 06 or newer build date, because you're going to pay about the same price for that January of 06 build date versus that 2004 build date at this point, right? So recognize that metallurgy is a thing. Recognize that, just fatigue is a thing. We all get tired. Metal's not an exception here. And recognize also that your existing heads, they are not flat. They are absolutely not flat. There's some derivation of flat, which is different than flat. As a result of that, what has to happen is they got to go to the machine shop. They get checked, Magnaflux, and say, okay, yeah, there's no cracks here, but then they get decked. And so your machinist is going to they're going to go ahead and shave, right? And they're going to shave 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, whatever it is, off the bottom of that head. And because they shave the 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, thousands off the bottom of the head, they are making a bad problem worse. They are making your cylinder heads less strong, otherwise known as weaker, just saying. And so what happens is, as my other video on retorquing talks about, the heads, they always fail right in the middle. They fail in the shortest distance between the cylinders, right in the middle, which happens to be the furthest distance from the head bolts that are on either side. And so the head literally goes like this. It flexes. The head doesn't lift. It does this. It flexes. And so when you go ahead and you remove a few thousandths, all of a sudden its propensity for flexing is higher. And especially if you're in a higher horsepower application, it's just not going to end well. So even in this particular commentary's post where he's like, well, hey, what if I have the new valves put in and seats and all this kind of, none of that matters if you don't have the material in the head to support the cylinder head pressures without bolts in the middle of the head. You require the strength, and I don't want you guys to have to do this job again. Please, no. So at any rate, I certainly hope this helps somebody. We sell heads from everybody, so if you want PSP heads or somebody else's, we got you. And by the way, other head options too, right? So UCF, Kill Devil, Choate, KDD, I just said Kill Devil. DK is what I meant to say. Oh my goodness. So whoever heads you want, we can hook you up, and we can hook you up with all the parts and everything you might need for the job as well. So you need ARP studs, we got you. Inner row bolts, we got you. We can help you, pick out the proper head gaskets to go with, and, exhaust manifold gaskets and bolts and spacers and whatnot, and intake manifold, gaskets. And if you want to do injectors or not or whatever you need for your build, we 100% got you. So FICMRepair.com, we're all in this together. Thanks, guys.